What's up, guys? Welcome back to Poet Warrior Podcast, episode number 4, starring me, myself, and my glass of water. Now, if you're wondering why this episode 4 and not episode 3, episode 3 got taken down for vaccine misinformation. That's what YouTube said, which probably true. I don't know. I was tired at the time. I'll go back, see if I can edit it out. So you get that back up for you guys. But episode 4, we'll be going over leadership, how to be a leader, what it means to be a leader. Also, why do hard things? Why do difficult things, challenging things? Also, sorry, I'm losing my touch here for a sec. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So, sorry, I'm tired. Okay. I'm good. It's just 1 o'clock in the morning, so yeah. But I'm actually chilling. I got my new haircut. Also, if you didn't see that, if you didn't, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I don't know, I think it looks fine. I had way too much hair previously, so I'm just glad it's nice. I haven't as much hair to clean. But anyways, let's get into it. So, why do hard things? We'll start with that one. I think the simple explanation is because it's what's most real. I mean, it's what's most true to like what you're supposed to be doing. You know, life isn't supposed to be easy. You know, an easy life is a boring life. It's supposed to be challenging for a reason. You grow as a person when you do difficult things. If you're always in your comfort zone, then you never grow. You know, if your friend, say, doesn't like to talk to people, and you see them in a year and they still don't like to talk to people and they didn't do anything about it, they might have done some other things, but you can tell they're a similar person. Go back in 10 years. They don't like social interactions. They don't really talk to anyone. And they're the same person that they were. Like, that person didn't go out of their comfort zone. And then you look at someone else who doesn't like social interactions or didn't like social interactions, like myself, and they go out of their comfort zone and they do difficult things. They socialize. They push themselves out of their comfort zone. They get embarrassed. They get laughed at. It's all part of the process. So pushing yourself out of your comfort zone enables you to be a better person, for one. I mean, it's a great thing. You experience life. Life is more fuller because if everything's just grapes and sitting on a couch watching TV and, you know, just living life, like, that's not really living life. That's existing. If you stay in your comfort zone, you're just existing as a person, and that's not. I don't think that's how it should be. I think you want to push yourself to do something that you're uncomfortable. Like, obviously, something safe, but that pushes you. And I think you find out who you are, and especially difficult moments, you find out what you can do. You know, you get sort of confidence if you do something really hard that you didn't think you could do, and you do it. You know, I think that's why Navy SEALs get there's like these warriors. You know, they're these guys people look up to be the best, because the training that you have to go through to be a SEAL it's insane. You're like, why? Because you're pretty much torturing yourself. You know, you're getting sand thrown in your eyes. You're waking up at 3:55 in the morning to be on the beach at 4, and it's freezing cold. You're near hypothermic levels. They literally put you in the water till you're about to get hypothermia. They take you out, warm you up a bit, and they put you back in. You're in mud. It's freezing cold. It sucks. Everything about it sucks. I wouldn't know. I've never done it, but I've seen a few documentaries. I think it'd be cool to be a Navy SEAL, but that's besides the point. So if you want to, but yeah, the reason they're looked up to is because they pushed themselves so hard. Most people, couldn't do that, or at least don't think they could do that. And most people would quit before that training selection process ended. As you can see, it's 70, 80%, 90% drop out. That's a lot of people. So push yourself, do hard things, and see where it takes you. I think it will, you'll get pretty far. All right, moving on. What it means to be a leader. When I was first put in an official leadership position, you think you have to. I thought I had to know everything. I thought I had to make up all the things, plans by myself. I thought, I got to be the best person at everything, and I had to direct people and whatever what you do. But you have to direct people. But all the other stuff is if you're a leader, being a leader means, what does it mean? It means you guide a group of people, your team, towards a specific goal. I think that's what it means. You can facilitate different people of different backgrounds with different experiences, all working together to complete the mission. If you can do that, you're a good leader. If you can't do that, the most effective leaders do that the most effectively. So they can know the different personality types. They know how to talk differently to each personality depending on who they are, what they experience, what they're doing. So it's not just, I have a rank now or whatever. I'm the boss, or I'm the CEO and I'm the leader, or I'm if you're in high school watching this, I'm student council president or whatever. It's more like you show them you're working the hardest out of everyone. So you're getting there 30 minutes early. Take an example, if this is if you're on a team, like a football team, basketball team, you're getting there 30 minutes early, 15 minutes early at least. And you're hustling the most. You are motivating others the most. So if someone's lagging, you're right there. You're running with them. You're cheering them on, saying, "Hey, let's go. You got this." If coach asks, "Hey, I need a volunteer," you should be the first one to volunteer. You should be the hardest worker in the room. And that should go for any position, anywhere. Because why should someone work hard for you if you're not working hard for them, right? Part of being a leader is being a servant. You're pretty much a servant to your people, right? I mean, think about it. Why would you work for someone who doesn't care about you and they're only in it for themselves? That's not a leader. I mean, that is, but that's an egotist. That's a politician, right? That's a politician, pretty much. So don't be a politician. Be Be the guy that other people will volunteer to work for. The guy or gal who people will put in extra time because they know you're putting in extra time. And it's infectious. If you're working hard, other people want to work hard too. And if you're putting in the hours, if you're putting in the effort and the energy, people see that. People feel that. And it spreads. And people are like, oh shit. Or crap. I don't know if that, dang it. All right, it's fine. It's one little word. I just don't want to restrict this to only 18-year-olds and up. I feel like that's dumb. We'll see if this one gets taken down too. I don't know. Crap. But I'm sure it's fine. But you don't want to be the lazy guy who just sits in a chair and does nothing. That's not a leader. That's just someone who's holding a leadership position and not doing anything meaningful. So to be a leader, you want to sacrifice for the team. The most, essentially. Essentially, the leader is the guy who sacrifices for the team the most. That's what, in my experience, that's what I've learned. Okay. Oh, yeah. I was looking at my notes. I was like, that was something else I was going to say. So, if you want to lead others and be respected by others, well, you have to respect yourself and you have to lead yourself first. Right? If you're and that's part of the thing of sacrificing for the team and working harder than everyone else, because if you're not, if you're on a football team and you're showing up late, you're eating junk food before and after practice, you're lazy on the field, and maybe in games you're great, but and then you expect people to gather around you and be like, oh yeah, that guy, he's our captain, he's our leader, we look up to him, we respect him because what does he do? Oh, that's right, nothing. I could be the leader, right? And I feel like many people feel that about our presidency. If you look at Joe Biden, you're like, this guy, is it even sentient? I mean, you feel bad for the guy. He's old. He's got dementia. Clearly has dementia. You're like, and that's why there was so many memes about him. It's like, dude, retire, man. Why are you? And that's the leader of our country? Like, no, that's not the leader of our country. I refuse to accept that's the leader of our country. That's a guy holding that position as the official leader of our country. Nah. The leaders of our country are people like Jordan Peterson, people like Joe Rogan. I can get so much crap for saying that. But people you can actually respect. People you can actually look up to. I don't know any politicians that are... I feel like all politicians aren't good. But I just maybe it's just because I focus on the bad ones. I don't know. I'm not trying to get into politics, to be honest. I don't really know any politicians. I just know the guys running for president, and that's pretty much it. So, can we get some good people up there, though? I mean, okay. So, yeah, you want to lead others, lead yourself, respect yourself first, and then go out, sacrifice for the team, work hard. And as a leader, you should also, last thing, you got to be able to take a step back. So with teams, there's always this like mob mentality, so if something's going on, say you lost a game or you're losing a game. And I keep going back to athletics because that's what I know. You're losing a game, you're down by 10 points. It's a basketball match or whatever. And your team's down because, they were up by 10 and now they're down by 10 because their defense slacked and they got cocky and, the one guy slam dunked and they are cheering and it's halftime or whatever, or maybe it's third quarter, maybe you only got a quarter left. I mean, that's rough. And everyone's down the dumps. And as a leader, you got to be the person to take a step back emotionally from that situation and be like, okay, let's look at this logically. Okay, how many points do I need to make? How many points do I need to keep them from making? Right? And this amount of time that we have left. And you realize, they might have scored. They might have dunked on us. Whatever. They might have scored 3 times in a row, but they're not going to score 3 times more again unless we let them score 3 times more in a row again. Right? Because we're being mopey and sad and giving up. Like, we're not, you don't, you got to be able to take a step back and be like, that's emotions. That's like, we don't let them win if we let them, like, you know what I mean? Like, we let them win. So, like, we're the better team. You could be the better team and they're feeling down like, bro, what are you, why? Sometimes it's funny. It's funny. People get so down and so sad for things that are like, guys, we got this. Whatever. So, I don't know. Sometimes it's just frustrating. But people are fun to work with. People are cool. They can also be not cool, but that's besides the point. There's always a few bad apples. So, all right, moving on from leadership stuff. Sorry guys, I'm tired. This is a good one. How do you get through loneliness? So I think it's something a lot of people deal with these days, especially after COVID happened, and especially during COVID, but after COVID, many people got so antisocial. And so, what do you call it? Like distance from everyone else. And a lot of people just don't hang out anymore. They'll text people on their phones and stuff, but a lot of people don't even call people. A lot of people don't even answer calls. Myself included, I don't really answer calls a lot unless I know it's. Sometimes, even if I know who it is, I don't answer the call. So, I mean, I'm guilty of this too. I'm trying more and more to call people instead of just texting them. I think it's what's, trying to maintain that friendship, that connection, long distance, or maybe not even long distance. It's just I just haven't seen you in forever. So, how do you get through loneliness? Find a community. I think is the best way. Finding a group. Even if it's not something that you particularly connect with, it's the people. It's about being with the people. So maybe you don't really care about pickleball or whatever, but heck, there's a million pickleball teams with a million different pickleball people. Go out there and make an effort to connect with people. And ideally, though, you would do it as something that you actually enjoy. So, maybe it's video games. I don't know. I mean, there's got to be places you can play video games, next to computer here, what's up? Yeah, you get him, that way it's more, not just all online. But even that, even if it is online, I mean, that's better than no social interactions whatsoever, because it still takes some effort. no social interactions whatsoever is, I mean, your distance, you're completely separating yourself off from what you're, I mean, growing up, not growing up, sorry, like when humans, like when we were cavemen and stuff, like we were always around people pretty much. You're always, whether you're hunting or you're sleeping or you're over huddling over fire with your people, like you're always there. And that's like how our brains developed, was to be around other people. We were made to be social animals. And if you block yourself off, and I've done this, by the way, so speaking from experience here, if you block yourself off from other people, I mean, I'm still with my family, so they sometimes they pull me back in, thankfully. But there were some points, during summer, where I would just not talk to anyone. And you don't realize it while you're doing it, that it's bad, because you think it's fine. It feels, whatever, it's my life. I'm supposed to be, I'm supposed to be, I'm a loner or whatever. It's like, you're not. No one is. So find a group, ideally that likes the same, is doing something that at least you kind of enjoy or really enjoy. That'd be cool. Or something that you struggle with, they struggle with. Or even just, if you have friends, you just ever hang out and just text them, hey man, you want to go grab a lunch or something, or grab a coffee, or go hang out for a sec at or this concert over here, or this comedy thing or whatever. You're like, yeah, sure, man. Or even if they say no, like, whatever, hit them up at a different time. Maybe they're actually just busy. Maybe they're not busy, and maybe you could find new friends. But it is rough if you don't want to be lonely and you're lonely, like that is rough. To go through, especially if you feel like people don't like you, and like you're trying to get people to like you and it's not working out. You don't get invited back, or you're not making any friends. For those people, I would say you're trying too hard. And I know that sounds crazy, but work on improving yourself instead of trying to convince other people to like you. People see that and they instinctively they reject you, not even because you're a bad person, but because they feel like you need them, because they feel like you need them, and that instantly I'm like, I don't want that, and so they push you away. So what you gotta do is you gotta create energy. So like if you, how do I explain this? Try and build yourself up. So maybe you lack confidence. A lot of confidence is just practice. Practice, failing, learning from failing and getting it right eventually. And then you're confident because eventually you get it right. Maybe working on your social skills. So that could be going out in public and just saying hey to a stranger, trying to make conversation, moving on. You're never going to see that person again, especially if it's in a big city. Never seen that person again. So, they don't care. People want to talk, by the way. If you're in line or something, people want to talk. A lot of people enjoy talking. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they're like, oh, yeah, hi. And then, they're just basically saying with the body language, don't talk to me. And, that's cool. And then, they go on their phones or whatever. But some people, they love they're like, yes, he likes to talk. I like to talk. I like that person, so practicing in spaces where, you practice anywhere, practicing with your family members, practicing, and again, strangers. I think family members is good. And then after that, strangers. And then after that, friends, but however, whatever works for you. And then, there's tons of information online. So like learning about human nature, learning about maybe different ways to make jokes, Charisma on Command, highly recommend it. That one is, it's funny and it's entertaining, and you learn a bunch about like how to communicate and how to make conversation and stuff like that. Like it's super cool. I would check it out if you struggle. I mean, if you don't struggle with social like communications, you're like an extrovert. I would check it out. It's good stuff. Yeah. I think the last thing I want to talk about today is, and this is more of a question really, is how do successful people do it? And what I mean by do it, I mean, how do they stay consistent, like consistently disciplined, doing so, like, working out every day for, every day. Like, how do people do that? I love working out and I struggle to do that. Like every day. Like I'll do it for maybe a month and then I'll stop. But some people can do it for years. How do you have that? How do those people do that? I don't know. That's something I struggle with a lot, is staying disciplined. Because I can do something for like a little bit really well, and then I'll just sort of not do it at all, like just sort of die off and like just be like the absolute complete slob. And then I'll come back and I'm like the most disciplined person, and then I'm not, and then I am, and it's frustrating because I'm like, why can't I just be like the most disciplined person like all the time? Like where would I be if I was always disciplined? Yeah, I don't know. Like, if I always made a video every day, I mean, how many? I probably have like 4 more videos by now. I think 4 more podcast episodes already uploaded. So it's just, I don't know. I'm still trying to figure that one out, guys. If you got any suggestions in the comments, let me know. Or yeah, this is already the end of the podcast. If you got any favorite leaders that you know of, put it down in the comments, and let me know what you thought of tonight's podcast, I should say. Yeah, 1:27 in the morning. All right. I think that's pretty much it, guys. So thanks for sticking around. If you did, love you. And shout out to my memers, commenting on every video. Love you. And to everyone else, thanks for watching. Love you guys too. So, all right. Stay strong. Peace out. Poet Warriors. See you guys in the next one.